everyone, I'm Santa.
And I'm Mia.
And we are here to inform you on the things happening in the world.
From sweat bees,
the Brazelton Festival,
Chernobyl,
vaping,
and a random study.
In Taiwan, a doctor found 4 small sweat bees alive in a woman's eye.
These 4 quarter-inch bees were fully intact in her eye. These bees usually feed off of sweat, but they fed off of the woman's tear ducts.
The woman was pulling weeds one day when what she thought was sand got into her eye.
Turns out, the sand was actually bees. They stung the inside of her eye and caused her severe pain.
The woman said that by the time she got inside, her eyes were swollen shut. She drove to the hospital for a supposed eye infection, and the doctors found the bees.
The bees were removed, and the woman is expected to make a full recovery.
Let's move on. The National Weather Service has a part of their website called This Day in Weather History, which shows historic weather in certain parts of the world on this day.
If you look online, you can find that there was a severe storm in North Dakota April 19, 1986, which caused major damage.
It's also been 33 years since Chernobyl. Chernobyl is a major disaster with effects still lasting today.
If you don't know what Chernobyl was, it was a nuclear plant explosion in Kiev, Ukraine, that the public who lived there didn't even know about. The government did eventually evacuate the city, but not until the people had multiple days of radiation exposure. The government had over 500,000 workers involved in the containment of the nuclear accident, most of them dying of cancer within 50 years from prolonged exposure to the radiation above safe limits.
The government dumped a lot of lead and concrete on the explosion, choking the radioactive material and stopping it from spreading.
This was the worst explosion in history and prompted safety upgrades to all nuclear plants to prevent another catastrophe.
How did the Chernobyl even happen?
There was a power surge that led to explosions in the core of Chernobyl.
The radioactive effects carried through the atmosphere, and the wind blew it all the way to Sweden.
Chernobyl was bad, but now we know.
At least something bad like that should never happen again.
Time to move on.
According to the CDC, vaping is unsafe for kids and teens. It contains nicotine, which is in cigarettes, and is extremely addictive.
The Juul is even more addictive version. Using vapes in teenhood can cause addiction and set you up to do other drugs and smoke real cigarettes.
In fact, researchers are saying that vaping is actually worse than smoking. The e-cigarettes contain as much nicotine as 4 packets of cigarettes.
The FDA is actually studying the effects of vaping right now. The studies show that flavored e-cigarettes are worse than non-flavored ones.
Enough of that, let's move on. To wrap things up, here's a random study.
According to Berkeley University, connecting with others around you in your job will grant you more happiness than money can.
In fact, they talk about how money could affect your problem-solving skills in a negative way.
They also say that people who base self-esteem on money have a harder time dealing with financial stress than others who base it on more important things.
That's all we have time for.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Have a great day!